We are here. We are back. Episode 8 here at Winners Win Podcast. I am your host, your favorite, Coach Stan. I got a really, really special guest today. I know y'all used to us doing like sports and things like that, but we all know you can win all through life. Like you're not just winning on the scoreboard. You winning, when you're doing things the correct way. You got integrity, when you got loyalty, when you got passion about something, you always winning. So today I got a different type of a guest. Someone who's, from around the way. She started from around the way. Now I don't know what to say. She's like from around the way no more. She's like all over the country. She's all over the place. So we got a really special guest. She wears a lot of hats. So I don't just want to call her celebrity hairstylist because she's way more than that. But to get into, talking about some of the celebrities that she worked with, she worked with people like Uncle Waffle, Tiana Taylor, Laurel Harvey, ASAP Rocky, T.I., Lil Mama, Miss America, Dage Loaf, Missy Elliott, ASAP Ferg. She was also featured in the magazines like Essence, Vogue, Pink Magazine, Control Mag, Bustle Magazine. She's a business owner. She's a motivation speaker. She's like she's all over. I told you this introduction is gonna be different. She's global with it. She ain't just local. She ain't just Philly with it. She's a mentor to a bunch of people, not just young people, but people throughout. She's also I can't forget this part. I should have said this last, but I know she want me to say she's also a child of God.
Oh, amen.
Amen.
Absolutely.
So we gonna be in church a little bit today too as well. But she's a GOAT at this. She's known as the frontal queen.
Yeah.
The frontal queen, like that. They ain't say. I'm not even sure if I heard that before outside of LeBron James when they call him the king. They call you the frontal queen.
Yeah.
With that being said, I like to introduce my folks, my peoples, Porscha, Styles of Porsche. I'm gonna give it up a round of applause. Everybody, y'all in the background, y'all can give a round of applause.
Thank
y'all
you.
give a round of applause.
Thank
too.
y'all. You heard it. Wow, thank you.
Now, I told you that like a million times before we even stepped on the set that I'm super proud of you, just seeing where you started from, where you at now. That resume that I just laid out. Give me your thoughts on that. Like give me your thoughts on that. Like,
Wow. Well, I used to, first of all, I've always aspired to be a celebrity hairstylist, of what
Okay.
I made myself throughout the years. I've always wanted my own hair salon. That was like one of the top things that I've always dreamed of having. And then it came,
Got you.
and then it came.
Right.
But when it came, you never know. I mean, you could be shooting in the gym for 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, working hard. You sow that seed and you just waiting for the harvest to come, but sometimes it takes 15 years for it to get there. But then once you finally there, God can catapult you so fast.
Got you.
Past your own wildest imagination that what you did in 5 years, it would take people 20 years to do.
Right.
And
Got
then when that came for me, when I was living in it, it was time to pivot when I was at the top of my peak.
You gotta explain a little bit more to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
You gotta explain. A little
Yeah,
bit
it was
more.
time to pivot when I was at the top of my peak, meaning like, stardom, celebrity hairstylist. I'm talking like freaking, I done made in the shade, okay?
Got you.
Bombed out, all black SUVs, red carpet, being at the awards, just meeting all these different people on TV that you never thought you would ever meet in real life. But a quiet moment came over me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was with my artist on tour with her, and something told me to go back home. And I told her, I said, I have to go back home. I went home for about 4 months. And within those 4 months, I was driving to work one day. I was driving to the salon one day. And when that happened, I was just driving there. And I just looked up at my sign. I was like 2 blocks from it. And I looked at my sign. And I was just like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm like, I'm done with this.
So y'all, she's starting off pissing me off already with this interview. because like I was telling her, right across from that shop that she's talking about was my favorite my favorite food spot. Not only my favorite food spot because the owner was my, a really close friend of me, my guy Tito.
Okay.
So now it was like a barbershop. So I used to just go in there and just chill sometimes and really be falling back. But I'm not sure if he left first or you left, but at one point y'all you left first. Mm-hmm. But at one point y'all, that was really good vibes. You had the shop over there.
Yep.
It was Auntie Biscuits on the other side, and then y'all killed the vibe. For a young 30-year-old, that was like that I was really hot about that. But I'm gonna rewind back a little bit. So I want you just to talk about like your growing up, like talk about your household, like how you were raised inside the house. Talk about high school you went to. Talk about how your mentality was, teen and young 20s.
Okay, well, my mentality kind of never really changed.
Okay.
I always thought bigger than everyone that was around me. Everybody thought things that I would want to do, oh, that's too much, or you may be thinking too big, or they believe you. They show that they believe you to your face, but they really don't believe you.
Right.
I know they didn't believe me because I could feel it.
Right.
You can put a front face on me, but I can feel it. I can feel the energy. Mm-hmm. I've always... well, first I'll start off by saying I grew up in a Christian-based household.
Okay.
My father is a preacher since I was young, like before I even got here, and he was able to cultivate me throughout that.
Gotcha.
Being young, fast and 8 years old, doing a lot of different things that my siblings didn't do, but he geared me to what I don't even think, sometimes I think he did know, but sometimes I don't think he knew all the way what life had in store for me.
Gotcha.
Speaking in front of
you talking about your dad?
Yeah, I'm talking about my dad.
Okay.
He trained me in basketball. He trained me in track. He trained me on weights. Like that's just what he did. He woke me up early in the morning. Even on the weekends, when everybody was outside playing, it was none of that. It was like, I couldn't go outside for
you sound like me and my daughter.
Yeah, 9 months out. Yeah, 9 months out.
She's 2 years old though. But,
yeah, 9 months out the year, it was not a go outside type of thing. It's buckle down, do your homework, study for what's happening, and get ready for the next day. But be focused within it. So he taught me a lot of my ministry aspect. He taught me a lot about teaching the Bible, a lifestyle way of living as far as the Christian faith, as far as being a follower of Christ. So that came with me and it stayed with me. So even with me, doing hair, because I was doing hair since I was young. Okay. I always took Christ with me and I always took scissors with me. Yeah, I took scissors with me because everywhere I went, I was doing something here. Okay. Like comb and grease with me. It's always where I went. Started doing hair when I was 14 years old in the salon.
Gotcha.
Right? But then I'm in school talking about the Lord. No one's talking about the Lord but me, though. But mind you, I'm the baddest one in the classroom.
What? Yeah, because I heard stories, I went to school out north, but I heard stories, and I'm like, oh, you was talking about Christ, but
yes.
I heard you was you were very outspoken. That's what it's told. Like Porscha's always been outspoken.
Yes, always. But it's crazy though because a lot of times people don't know you. They think they know you on screen. They think they know you from IG or Twitter or TikTok. They think they know you, right? But they only know the part that you're actually showing. Gotcha. And then some people will ask questions about, well, is she real? Does she just talk about the Lord? Did she just talk about Jesus just for the people? Right? But then sometimes you're not going to be in those spaces all the time when people's talking about you. But then there's people that actually know you from when you was back in the day. Right. I actually had this happen. Like sometimes your words is never enough for the people to receive, or sometimes you can speak about yourself or speak up for yourself, and that may never be enough. God will always vindicate for you when you're not in the room. Gotcha. You understand what I'm saying? Like I had people like, no, I know her. Right. She was preaching in high school. Right. She was praying with me in the high school bathroom. These are the things that I actually did. So they actually was in the presence of someone that actually knew who I was. Gotcha. To speak on my behalf, to speak of my truth, or to speak of the experiences they had with me about the subject. Gotcha. So yeah, like I had an interest in bringing up. So
when you talk about like trouble, though, now I am not a manly word, but I'm using the word messy, not to be messy. What kind of trouble was that? Like, was it fighting? Was it just a class clown? Like, what was the type of trouble you would say?
It was always like fighting. I started off like that in high school. Then it became like misdemeanor. Then we got reckless endangerment. As you're getting older, from you young, then it's okay when you're young, but it's not okay when you're young. But you know what I'm trying to say. Right. It's a little light when you're young, but then when you get older, and we're still doing these things where you're a preteen, but then you become an adult. Right. And I'm doing these things as an adult. you know, in my 20s. And I'm not at the little precinct. I'm at the real jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm wearing an orange jumpsuit. There's no weave in my hair. There's no eyelashes. There's no makeup. There's none of these things. You know, there's the bunk bed, and then there's the boat on the floor, and then you can't get out the room, you know, because you in a cell. There's nothing that you can do. But even with that, I'm doing hair in jail. I'm talking about God.
Wait, because I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Like, so many times I heard, like, rappers, they be like, I learned how to rap in jail, or box.
Yeah.
Like, I learned how to box in jail.
Yeah.
Like, did you learn some skill in jail with like,
I didn't learn no skill in jail. What I did learn was that I noticed that anytime God is trying to speak to me, he'll lock me down somewhere.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, I mean, he'll lock me down somewhere.
Like, literally lock you down?
No, locked down.
You going to jail. Like, you going to jail today.
Yeah, he'll lock me down somewhere. It was certain places where he locked me down. Sometimes I'm locked in my car. I'm living in my car. Sometimes he'll lock me down. I'm living in a shelter right now. Sometimes he'll lock me down in the jail. He'll keep me still for what it is he's trying to do with me.
Got you.
You know, that's why I never cross judge people, because you don't know the person's story.
And I mean, I just want to give like a big shout out to you, because that's major to, like, a lot of people point the finger and don't point it this way. You understand what I mean? So you looked at everything like a lesson and took accountability. It sounds like.
It is. It's a lesson. It's experiences. Like, life is full of experiences, and if you're not learning from these experiences, I feel bad for you.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So, you graduate from King?
I graduated from King. I went from Lincoln High School, and then they kicked me out in my last 12th grade year, which was 4 months to the school year ending, and then I went to King for about 4.5 months.
Oh, so you wasn't at... Yo, all y'all people that was giving me background checks on Porsche from King.
That's what I'm trying to say. See what I'm trying to say?
That's crazy.
You never know. You don't know.
That's crazy.
You never know, man.
That's crazy.
You never know.
And, like, how frustrating can that get? Because, like, you know, you have somebody like... it's not even just talking about your past, but they might try to drag you back into your past. So what I'm saying is, let's say you quit something, whether it's smoking, drinking, or fighting, whatever the situation may be. It might be like, man, you too good to smoke? You too good? Like, how does that affect you when, like, people may... Cause I know you had to come across it where people may try to bring you back to where you used to be at.
Yeah. A lot of people... You know, Stan, you know I never really lived for the people.
Right.
You know, I never lived for the people. People have their naysays and their yaysays, but I don't know. I never got too caught up in the press. Like, I don't care what people be saying about me. You know what I mean? Because the thing about it, a lot of people not going to even understand who you is.
Right.
They don't understand your journey. They don't understand, you know, why you... I tell you one thing. The things that I left behind, the things that I stopped doing... There's things that's evident as to why I stopped.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? If a person can't even see that, or be in or have enough wisdom to know that if 2 + 2 is equal out into 4, and you see it, what's the question about?
Right.
Wouldn't you want to do this too?
Right.
It ain't about me being better than nobody. I'm better than myself.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm better than what I was last year. I'm better than who I was a month ago.
Gotcha. It's always about improvement.
Yeah. If a person is questioning that, everybody not gonna see life the way you see it, and that's okay.
Got you.
That's all right.
I mean, you talked about, you know, you always carry your scissors, and you carry, I don't know what to say Bible, but you always carry the word with you, though, right? Mm-hmm. Something that, like I said, I do my homework. I do my homework. Something I know about you is that you're a big time, like, nature person. Like, you enjoy, like, you know, I done seen you jump in the ocean before, and you'll go to somewhere where it's a walkway or things like that. Has that always been something that's, like, been, you know, a major part of you?
Yeah, since I was like 12.
Got you. What is it about it? Like, what is it about it? Like, is it the peace? Is it the...
I love it. It is freeing. It's a certain type of, I would say, solitude and separation from the noise.
Got you.
If
so you like, you could think more.
Yeah, I like to be in my thoughts, not too much, because, you know, you gotta have a balance. But I like to be in my thoughts. I like to hear myself think.
Got you.
Sometimes I don't want no one speaking to me or talking to me.
Got you.
Sometimes I don't want to talk back. Sometimes I just want to be by myself. Sometimes I want to hear the voice of the Lord. Sometimes I want to go and introspect.
What's your zodiac sign? Like, I'm trying to figure that out.
Sign ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm a
don't?
child of the Most High God.
Okay.
Now, my birthday is October 6th. I will let you
Okay.
know that I am a Libra.
Okay.
However, that sign stuff does not define this one right here.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Like you say, you're not like, you're not like everybody else.
I'm not.
You move to your own.
I beat to my own drum.
Like,
What's so funny? I do.
it's like borderline scary. Like, I beat to my own. Like,
I do though.
Like, it's like borderline scary, but I get it. I totally, like, get where you're coming from. Where if everybody going over there, I'm gonna be different, and that's what's gonna make me stick out.
It's just it's just natural inside of me. I don't try to stick out. I don't try to be different. I'm just in this.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
Got you. So, talk to me about like some of the shop you're working, because you worked in shops before, right?
Yeah, I worked in salons. I worked in salons before I had my own salon.
Before we talk about like your own salon, because I'm gonna get to that part.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, first I'm gonna ask this.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask this. Was it like something that happened drastically that made you like something click and like, yo, I gotta straighten up? Was it just you getting older and more mature?
No, the first thing you just said.
Okay, got you.
It was I was 28 and I was like, I cannot keep living my life like this. Like,
got you.
Then I imagined myself 5 years from me being 28.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I can't be like this 5 years from now, because I remember 5 years before I turned 28, I said the same thing.
Got you.
That's what scared me, because now I'm at the 5 year mark of me saying what I said 5 years ago. I'm like, what is going on with me?
Right.
Like, why am I not fixing myself?
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, well, the only person who's gonna fix myself is me.
Right.
It was very, very hard. Very, very hard. But I made the decision to make that shift. It was a hard shift. But I tell you one thing, when I made that hard shift, it took about, I would say, 6 months, I would say. Okay. I geared myself.
That's not long, though.
No. Hear this thing. Hear this, though. So, it's a small little short story, all right?
Okay.
Small.
We got time.
All right, small little short story in the Bible. Short story, because it's pertaining to me, right?
Okay.
Moses was getting the children of Israel out of Egypt, okay? Taking them to the promised land, all right? To free them, because they were slaves. All right, but the thing about it is they kept complaining along the way. Right? Everything about their whole atmosphere, everything there was different for them. But they were going to freedom, but they kept complaining though.
Right.
Being as though they kept complaining of them being rescued to get to the promised land, it wound up taking them 40 years to get there, which only should have took them 11 days. It was only supposed to take them 11 days to get there.
And
okay.
It took how long?
40 years.
Sheesh.
Okay. So I say that to say that when I buckled myself down November 2015.
Okay.
All right. November 2015. I got on a nicotine patch. I was smoking since I was 14, smoking cigarettes since I was 14. Okay. When I buckled down, I called one of this girl from the shop, the friends, whatever, that worked at the pharmacy. I said, hey, do you have the nicotine patches? She said, yes. I got on them for 30 days. November 2015. Right. All right. Did you follow me? After 30 days, I didn't smoke no more cigarettes. I don't know what that nicotine patch did, but it did what it needed to do. It did. So then now I'm ready to embark on a 40-day fast. Something that I hear people do. Mm-hmm. I heard the benefits of it, but now I'm ready to embark on it. They saying supernatural things happen with the 40-day fast, with this particular fast.
Right.
So I'm hearing all these reviews, seeing all these reviews. I'm like, I'm doing this. And so I did it. I did the 40-day fast. All right. But now after 40-day fast, I don't smoke no more cigarettes. That was the first thing I did, remember?
Right.
In the 40-day fast, miracles started to happen to me. All right, because 4 months after that, I got the keys to my salon. But again, I had to get myself into position. See how fast my life was taking off once I finally got on board. You feel me?
Right.
Once you're on board, it's gonna happen fast.
Right.
If you're not doing it, it's not gonna happen fast.
Right.
It's gonna take forever because you keep bull crapping on what you keep saying you're gonna do and don't do it. I locked in. I started making thousands of dollars within those weeks of the 40. Mind you, I was the less paid hairstylist in salon, and I was the slowest. All right, I did hair slow. I did, and I didn't have that much clients because I was still being in the streets.
Gotcha.
All right. Some people can get away with being in the street. Some people get away being thieves and stuff. I don't got that luxury.
Right.
I gotta do stuff the right way to get blessed. Some
Gotcha.
people can get blessed doing other things, doing bad things.
In the light, it looks like it, but in the dark, trust me, they get.
Oh no, I'm about to get there because God ain't just always doing a blessing. The devil will bless you too.
Gotcha.
If you're living for the darkness of the kingdom, you're gonna get blessed on His behalf. If you're living for God's light and His kingdom, you're gonna get blessed on God's behalf. But see, God's behalf is going to sustain you. It's going to keep you.
Gotcha.
Into prosperity.
I don't know if I should say amen or
into longevity. But if you're doing stuff of the darkness, it's going to come. It's going to come fast, but it ain't going to last.
Gotcha.
So you got to make a choice.
Right.
I made my choice, and God blessed me indeed and enlarged my territory, and He made it sustain, and it's still here.
Gotcha.
We 8 years in.
Damn,
I don't even do hair no more. I retired 5 years ago.
Talk heavy.
Yeah.
Talk heavy.
Yes, you know He will continue to cultivate you and to grow you.
Period, boo.
I'm serious. It's no joke. Because a lot of people even today is trying to pivot and trying to figure out what to do. But the thing about it is your spirit will always it's like I would say a call to action. Your spirit will always go to a call of action. You will feel it inside your bones, and you may not even know what that is, but you feel something.
Right.
And then your body has to catch up to what your spirit wants. The spirit's always know. It's connected to God, the Most High God.
Right.
He's going to tell you when it's time to shift. Your spirit speaks first. And then you follow it with your mental. You follow it with your body, the physical.
Right.
Correct?
No, for sure.
You know? So you just got to be, you just got to sound out the noise. Because when it's time to pivot, you got to know when it's time. Because you keep doing the same thing that you've been doing, what used to work don't work no more.
Right.
So when it's time to pivot, you got to know what that is. You got to hop on it.
Damn.
And follow it. Because it's going to be better. It gets better. It's not the fact that, this is more better than this. No. It's that it gets greater as you keep going forward.
So to add on to that, like bettering yourself, do you feel like, because I don't know if you ever went on a diet from anything, whether it's food, a liquid diet, whatever. But do you feel like when you start eating better and doing things like that, do you feel like that helps with the mental and helps you become a better person too?
I think that it does. More so about that, it's the discipline within it.
Gotcha.
It's the discipline.
Right.
Anyone knows that within any discipline of anything, it makes you operate better.
Gotcha.
It makes you respect time. It makes you respect yourself better.
Right.
It makes you look at things a little more different, a different perspective of life than what you've been looking at it. With discipline is everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm about discipline. I'm about change. I'm about transparency and about accountability.
Right. So, you know what's so crazy about that? I'll speak on my personal relationship with my lady. Me being on some stuff where I'm just like, yo, and I'm not trying to get no cool points and none of that. Where I challenged myself starting when we first started dealing with each other, like, I'm not going to do wrong and step out and things like that. And was it for her because I cared about her? Absolutely. But I think more of it was too the discipline part. Like, let's see if I can be disciplined and not do wrong and not, not have someone that I'm supposed to care about feel bad or whatever the situation may be. And just coming, great things came out of my current relationship as it goes now.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you when I say all that to say like you're right. Like is you show discipline, good things that come along with that.
Yeah.
As well as like you said, you put your faith in something and just keep pushing forward though. So definitely salute to you. How was that feeling when you first got the keys to that salon? Was it like?
Oh, I knew I broke the grounds. I knew that I
Gotcha.
broke ground.
Gotcha.
I knew that I'm about to shake up a few things.
Did you get like some new cousins, some new friends,
Oh,
everybody
the
know
people
you?
tried to come.
Everybody like, I grew up, man. I know Porsche. Like what? Like I did that.
But then they didn't know me no more. You know what I'm saying? People that knew me, they didn't know me no more because I wasn't the same person no more.
Got you.
Yeah, I got cousins, people that I never even knew that was my cousin. I'm
Right.
like, well, okay. You know what I mean? Now everybody want to come out the woodwork like, what, yo? Come on now. So, but when that started happening, I had to start, choosing wisely. I had to start making like real wise, hard decisions. You know what I'm saying? People started to not like me that I was friends with for years. You know what I mean? I had to make decisions to cut some things off, cut some things, break it apart.
Gotcha.
You know, that was hard. You know, but when that first breakup, I could break anything else after this.
Right.
You know what I mean? The first fire, I could fire anybody after that. No, I'm serious.
No,
you know, you
right.
have to do these things sometimes. It ain't even nothing emotional or personal. It's just business.
Gotcha.
This is no longer. We got to depart. We have to go our separate ways.
And I don't know if like you were already like crazy buzzing before you got the shop, or like once you got the shop, like, you know, the crazy buzz around the city, as well as it got worldwide, obviously.
Yeah.
Like this girl, she got some crazy hands with the hair, but it started really like buzzing at them lace fronts is different. Them people edges are looking and like it looked like they grew up with those edges, like they grew them. Like, how did that come about? Was it like you were promoting it? Was it just word of mouth? Like, how did you get your buzz up as far as like where everybody knew like, yo, Porscha got them hands?
It started at the salon before I got my own.
Okay,
it started there. It was a short little buzz. I wasn't there for too long, but it started there. And then when I got my salon, I just turned it up and things.
Yeah.
I mean, it did its thing in like 6 months turnaround.
Right.
Yeah, the shop was open for 1 month and we're in a newspaper. The shop was open for the next 6 months and you can't even find a seat in there.
Gotcha.
You can't even get in the books until like every 5 to 6 months. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was booked up until then.
Gotcha.
Then I was able to put other people on money.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I hired a lot of people. We made a lot of money.
Yeah, like I said, I did my research, and your prices are different. like your prices are different. Yeah. So when did that come about? Once once you did your first celebrity, or was it just like, no, like the buzz, like I'm really buzzing where, you know, today's price ain't yesterday's price?
Well, I was always labeled as the stylist that was expensive, even before I got my hair salon.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, I always valued myself. I've never not valued myself. I've never belittled myself either. Gotcha. I never even belittled myself when it was something that I didn't even know what I was doing. Right. The customer don't know they don't know. Gotcha. I know though. Right. But I know this first thing I'm doing for the very first time, I'm still gonna crush it. Right. And so my time, my energy, I want to charge what I want to charge. Right. If you can't afford it, it have nothing to do with me at all. It was people that said, "Oh, you open up the salon, you can't charge them prices." I'm serious. People said, "You can't charge them prices. You in the hood." I said, "I'm gonna charge it." Not only did I charge it, I actually charged more when I opened it. Got you. Because it was more to be done. Right. You know, right. And they paid it with no problem. They even tipped me after that. It was no problem. People were flying and catching trains. People were there sitting out in their car. They took their drives there, like hours there.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's humbling.
It was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, no, that's super humbling. Like, yeah. When did, like, you know, I don't know if like a celebrity caught on to, like, you know, maybe you on social media or whatnot, but like, who was the first celebrity, well, quote unquote celebrity? They could be from the city, they could be outside of the city, but who would you say like the first celebrity was like, man, she want me to do her hair, or he want me to do his hair? It
started off little by little. Like, I remember I did a background singer of, I think Fred Hammond or something like that. And then after that was Love and Hip Hop. Her name was Bianca. Okay. She was like a rapper, brown skinned girl. Okay. From Love and Hip Hop. She's from New York. Gotcha. And then after that, it just started like slowly. I would just slowly get in there, like little by little by little by little by little. Gotcha. And then I think it was year 2018, I think, is when I did that tour. And I started to know more celebrities. Gotcha. And then that's when I just was like staying with one artist for a while.
Was that
Tiana Taylor?
Got you, got you. I see a bunch of videos with you. You know, her, y'all look like the besties. Like, you know what I mean? Seems like she's a super cool person. Yeah, how was she? A matter of fact,
everyone asks me that.
No, she's speak on that. You gotta speak on
that. I think she's crazy, right? But I like crazy though. You know what I'm saying? I like spunky. I like spontaneous. I like to live out loud. She's one of those people. Gotcha. Hardworking. Speaks her mind. Super transparent. You know, a lot of times I had to make sure I had to stay a certain type of professional as I could, because then it began to be like family. Like it started getting like, you know, like we're all a family.
No, because crazy,
it began to be like
loving
that.
Crazy, like that's what it was.
Yeah,
I was talking to scene like been a fly on the wall here. Yeah. I know it was loud, like that, like yeah, loud, girl. Like I know it was a loud
no,
conversation.
it was super, super love. Me and her mom is still really, really close. Her mom picked me up first. That's how it started. And we just became like family. It will be times where I can't come out and party with y'all, even though y'all want me to, because I know that I have to wake up 5, 6 in the morning to get you ready for a shoot.
Right.
So I can't come out and drink and party with y'all as much as I want to. Every now and again, I will let my hair hang out, or sometimes she won't take no for an answer.
You can keep up with her dancing, like you know that girl.
I don't know. I don't know. But she didn't take no for an answer. Sometimes she did. Sometimes she did. But sometimes she would tell Coco, you know, which is like the head of the what do you call it? Choreographer.
Okay.
Of the dancers and stuff like that. And she was like, Coco, go get Porsche go get her something out of my closet. She gonna put that on today. And she looked right at my face like this. I'm like, she's crazy. You're crazy.
Shout out to her. That's
shout out to her. She put me on a lot of different artists too. So definitely shout out to her. I love that girl.
Love that. And not talking about her when I asked this question. You know, I always gotta ask, like, did everybody love barbershop talk, everybody love salon talk. Did the talk change as you started doing different celebrities, like whether it was better, more boring, or you was like, this celebrity, they telling me that, ooh, dang, like, was that like, as far as the gossip, I guess I could say, because one thing I know about you, Porsche, like, I know you got good talk, you got good conversation. So, how was those conversations dealing with those different celebrities? Like, did that help you networking wise, or like, you know?
It helped me networking wise. They did have me praying amongst a lot of different people.
Gotcha.
Because they seen that was my lifestyle. So that's where they would have me.
Gotcha.
In certain rooms. They're like, okay, hold on, Portia's about to come and pray, close this thing out, or open this thing up.
Oh, seriously?
So I was in circles of people that I've never imagined even praying in a circle with ever in my life.
That's what's up.
So it was pretty cool.
No, that's dope. That's super, super duper dope.
Yeah.
So, eventually, I don't know, I'm gonna let you speak on it, but eventually, you know, they say all good things must come to an end.
Yes.
Obviously it was popping out there on Shelton Ave. You had the shop. But eventually, I think out of nowhere, I don't know if it's out of nowhere, you could speak on it, but you wind up
closing it. Yeah.
I'm out. Like I'm out. I'm on a different things. Talk to us about
it. So that's why I say it's always good to connect with, you know, I don't know what no one's belief is. You know, I only can speak on the truth of who God is in my life.
Right.
I'm a follower of Christ. You guys all know that.
Right.
But when you stay connected to Him and when you hearken upon His voice, and if you do any type of movements, you seek God first.
Gotcha.
You know, it's a scripture that says, "Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and everything will be added unto you." You seek God first. Seek God first.
Right.
So you know what you're doing. You sit and you wait, and you listen, and then you move. And that's how I move. And when I heard that voice saying that, hey, if you stay here, you're going to be styled as a Porsche, but that's all you're going to be. You're going to keep doing classes.
And that wasn't good enough for you.
No, it is not. Because when God gives you a vision of both sides, because He'll give you a choice. It's your choice. It's a free will of choice. Both sides, to be like this or give this up and then follow me.
Right.
Now, I remember the last time I followed God, He showed me all of this.
Right.
So why would I stop following you? Because now that things are still good. A lot of times people like to pivot when things is dried up. Right? A lot of times people want to pivot when it's no longer for them or when it's born for them. Well, it didn't get like that for me. Right. It was still hotcakes. I was still clocking dollars. Gotcha. My staff was still on point. The you know, the money, the clients, the customer was still rolling in. The class was still doing what it's doing.
Right.
But when I heard His voice say change, it scared me. It scared me because I didn't know what was next. Had no idea what was next.
Like, was it just like, Porsche, I need you to shut this down and on to the next?
Yeah. But He said if I don't, I will still be this, but that would just be that.
Right.
And so I'm glad I did listen. Okay? I listened. I'm so glad I did that. When I did that, I stayed down for 6 months. I shut the salon down. I moved to LA. And all hell upon earth broke loose in my life. In my life. Okay. When I stepped out on faith and listened to what God told me to do.
Okay.
But with that, a lot of times things will be well But when things are going well, you always going to have things to try to stir, you know, I would say in a bad way, but in a not so good way that you never expected to go.
Right.
However, when I first embarked over in LA, and then from LA I went to Georgia, that 6 months I laid low. I watched my account completely deplete from all finances because God told me not to do anything. And so I listened to him. I remember the last thing I did was swipe my card, and it was this place down there, this famous place known for their food. I can't remember it, but I swiped my card and my card declined, and so I went back to the car and I act like I didn't know what was going on, but I did though. But
Right.
I stopped, I stopped looking at my account because it made me sick. Every time they made me sick,
I thought she was out there poor.
No, I was like, but no, I went to the car and my account said $17.69.
Damn.
And when it said that, I was like, okay, God, I'm like, what am I going to do? I was sweating. I was screaming. I was crying. I was throwing up. You know that the hard throw up, like a kid, you like about throw up. The nigga, I was throwing up. I had to pull over my car and everything. I just like this straight up.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. But
no, because it's
yeah.
funny now. But when God puts you in that situation, it's not funny.
Right.
I'm dead serious. It's not funny.
I already,
it's
listen.
not funny. I'm trying to tell you. You'll be in tears.
Got you.
I'm dead serious. People like, they like the glitz and glam, but no one never talks about the in-between time.
Right.
No one never talks about that. But I was really crying till I threw up.
Right.
And then the very next day, I woke up in the morning and I said, okay, God, what are we doing? And as I was talking to him, like, I did everything you asked me to do. I closed this, I closed that, I stopped doing. I'm like, it's nothing for me. Like, what? I mean, I had it out. I had it out with God.
Right.
I did. I had it out.
Right.
And the next morning, the number 50 came. He said, $50. I'm like, okay, $50. Okay, $50. Okay, whatever was $2,500, whatever was $550, make it $50.
Okay.
And I did. And I didn't have no staff no more. I couldn't do it the professional way. And so I'm like, okay, Porsche, what are we gonna do? We're gonna do it the getaway. This is gonna work.
Right.
So I got on live and I began to sell all my resources and stuff. Just start selling stuff. And then as I'm selling it, I'm on live and like this cash app, the coin noise go off, the cash app.
Okay.
Cash like coin, like ding, ding, ding. I just kept looking normal, like, yeah, so this is like this. It's long, you feel the texture. All this money was coming down. I said, oh my God, oh Jesus, oh my God, okay.
What?
Yeah. So by the time I was done that live, I made like $11,000. I went from $17 and within 24 hours, I woke up $11,000. I woke up the next day with $22,000. I woke up the next day, it was $40,000. At the end of the fourth day, I made $80,000.
In a day?
$80,000 in 4 days. Listen.
You niggas out here selling weed and coke. Y'all better get some hair.
No, because hair.
Y'all better get some hair.
It's not even that. It's not even the
Y'all
hair.
tripping.
It's not the hair. It's you have to listen
Right.
to what God is telling you to do. If
you.
you're doing something in direction, you might not even supposed to be in that lane. So it ain't gonna work out for you. So it's not about, hair worked out for her. No, hair might work out for me, but it may not work out for you.
Right.
It's about following the direction.
That's the right direction. And
Because
having faith in it.
and have faith in it. You have to do. You have to. From that, I was able to branch out.
Okay.
And then I made my book. I wrote that book. And
Gotcha.
that book made thousands. Didn't know it was going to make thousands, but it did. It was about spiritual development. It's called The Ultimate Transformational Guide.
Gotcha.
All right, and I sold that online. It was an ebook that sold for months and months. And then I began to have women retreats for women to get them on the right path. And then I began to mentor a lot of women, women that was older than me, women that was younger than me. It didn't matter, what it didn't matter. That's just what I was doing.
Right.
And then I began to be a doula. I picked that up. Began to do placenta pills for women. Began to talk to them about self-caring themselves after they have a child.
Got you.
I began to do that. I began to vegan hair products that actually work.
Make sure you put that, I don't know what camera we have, but make sure,
that actually works.
Right.
I had to do my research within this. I fell into this. This wasn't supposed to be how it was.
And
this
you made
was
that
by accident. This was by accident.
You got to talk to me about that.
Yeah, this is by accident. I'm going to tell you about it. This is by accident. However, this is gold.
Gotcha.
I have it fermenting for months. This is gold. I made this and crack butter for men's beards and women's hair shaft, not the scalp, just the hair part. And so with all that being said, from that money, I was able to do many things from that. And it opened up like 4 other different streams of income. and I was able to make $20,000 a month by selling my vegan hair products. And I'm just looking for whatever God has in store for the business.
You got an intern? You need an intern? I'll be out here,
Listen. I'm looking for ambassadors. I'm looking for people that is with the BAPS here for the brand. I'm dead serious.
You know why I haven't said that, shot? Because I wasn't sure if I say BAP or I say BAPS.
Yeah, BAPS
I was like, I don't want to mess it up.
Beautiful, artistic, professional stylist.
I'm not going to mess that big words up, but that's cool.
That name is for artists.
For artists.
Across the nation.
So, listen, I can't skip over this question.
Okay.
So we got to rewind back, and then we got to get back to what we were talking about.
All right.
But I just don't know the time frame of it. That's why I didn't ask the question, but I have to ask this question. You have to talk to us about the hood Bible studies that you used to have.
Oh, absolutely. Hood Bible studies started when I retired and closed the salon down. Okay. I began to go into ministry full time.
Gotcha.
And then I remember I preached in my first church here in Philadelphia from when I was in Georgia. And it started to expand more. And hood Bible studies for me is, I call it a hood Bible study because at the time, everyone expect you to be perfect.
Right.
And everyone expect you to be this particular person when you're talking about God. But the thing about it is, if God called you to do something for him, he really doesn't, he don't pull up on the ones that's all polished up.
Gotcha. He
pull up on the ones that's true in heart and have a passion and a love for him.
Gotcha.
That is genuine and sincere.
Okay.
And very fervent. And so I was one of those people.
Gotcha.
At the time, I called her Bible studies because I would be smoking weed sometime when I'm in my Bible.
Nuh-uh.
Saying my scripture. What do you mean, nuh-uh?
You was smoking weed while
yeah.
the scripture?
Do you not do things while you worshiping the Lord? Do you not do things while you doing?
While
the thing about it is, I showed myself to people. What people would do behind closed doors was out in the open for me.
Gotcha.
Because I didn't find nothing wrong with it. If I'm speaking about the Lord throughout my whole lifetime, when I'm in the strip club, when I'm in the jails, when I am drunk, when I am sipping on something, what makes you think I'm gonna stop talking about him when I'm doing these things?
Gotcha.
I don't stop talking about God because I'm smoking some weed.
Right.
I don't stop talking about God because I'm sipping on a drink. That's crazy to me. Gotcha. I love him that much. I speak of him wherever I'm at, whatever it is that I'm doing.
Gotcha.
And so that's why he chose me, because I was able to reach the people where they at.
It sounded like to me he's the most important.
He's the center of my life.
Exactly. So he knows I'm not hiding anything from him.
That's why he'll choose the one that's going to speak out about him.
Right.
That's not afraid to talk about him.
Gotcha.
No matter where I'm at in life, I never shied away from speaking about him.
Right.
Even from me climbing to the top, I'm praying with celebrities. I'm still carrying him.
Right.
I'm not going to switch it up. I'm not going to sit him on the side.
Right.
Because I'm doing something else. That's crazy.
Super crazy.
So, it was times when I would, smoke, read my Bible to my audience, and then it went from smoking to me not smoking. Talking to my audience. It went from me cussing, and I'm literally talking about God, but I'm cussing. I was a cussing Christian. That's what I did. That's who I was. Until what used to work don't work no more. It was times where I didn't feel anything when I'm cussing, talking about God. Mm-hmm. I'm getting my point across. I'm talking. I'm being regular. But then it was a point in time where I'm like, I don't like this very much.
What about your audience? Like, were they engaging in different stuff?
This don't sit well with me. So I stopped. Again, God will pull up on you where he'll meet you where you at.
Right.
But as you continue to walk with him, he will cultivate you, and your posture will begin to be upright.
Right.
It will switch a little bit because you're walking with him.
Right.
You spend enough time with Christ, you are not going to be the same, though, as you started off. That's crazy.
Right.
So that, and every audience that I had, they rock with me throughout the whole thing. Because the thing about it is, you can talk a lot of bull crap, right? Mm-hmm. And people can hear it. People can know you ain't talking about nothing, and people can hear when you talking from the gut. From the gut,
right?
Where it's meaningful, viable, where it's coming from the Holy Spirit. And don't deny it when you feel somebody's spirit. You can feel it.
Right.
You can feel when it's fake, because it'll touch you in a way.
Okay.
And then you can feel when it's just non-effective. Like, I ain't feeling nothing. I don't know what she's talking about. She's talking crazy.
So I wasn't even going to bring this question because, like I said, we're going to go back to what we were talking about. But I want to ask this because you kind of led into that question. I know people criticize people in the church for maybe catching the Holy Ghost, falling out, and things like that. What's your thoughts on that for people that like criticize people as far as like they're like, oh, you fake, you ain't feeling nothing, you speaking in tongue, things like that. Like, what's your thoughts on people that criticize people doing those
My thoughts on people that's criticizing people is that there are people that criticize a lot of things of what they don't know.
Gotcha.
Right? Now, when it comes to criticizing, they criticize because there are times where it is fake.
Mm-hmm.
It comes in a time where people are fake prophesying, are fake making you fall out.
Right.
There's been times where I've watched documentaries on YouTube where people will pay people to fall out.
Right.
To get people to come more, like they solicit in church.
Mm-hmm.
So you will have to have discernment to know what is real and what is fake.
Right.
In the house of the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Because it goes down.
Right.
You just gotta have that. You gotta have that discernment to know what is real and what is fake. So
I ain't gonna say her name, but shout out to my cousin who fell out and she hurt herself because it was fake, because she was like, it wasn't true, and she wound up hurting herself falling out like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah. I totally agree. You got something that's real like that, maybe touching and some. Yeah. But the people,
I have fell out 3 times in my life.
Oh, for serious?
Oh, absolutely, 3 times in my life.
Gotcha.
I was one of those people though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't make me fall out.
Right.
I'm too strong.
He's sitting there pushing
you can't make me fall out. Nah, I was like, you can't make me fall out. But then when I fell out, yeah,
something came over.
It is, yeah, like those hands will. And I'm so glad the 3 times was from a person that is truly from God.
Gotcha.
And they did lay their hands on me, and I did fall out. It is a weakening to your knees. You will fall down to your knees. When the Holy Spirit go up in that person and touch you, it is like an electric volt that literally comes to your body, and it will make you weak, and you will fall down on the ground.
Gotcha.
And you will be very weak on the inside. Because you're nothing but a vessel. Your vessel will just feel very weak.
Right.
While the Holy Spirit do whatever the Holy Spirit is doing within inside of you. Until you get back up on your feet. So it happened to me 3 times.
Got you.
Definitely.
So
did.
you definitely experienced it.
I'm a firm believer in that. I am.
Okay.
I am.
Got you. So before the interview started, I had told you I wasn't gonna bring this up, but you said no, we need to talk about this.
Yeah, you could cut.
We need to. I want to put everything, out on the table and speak your experience. You were recently engaged.
Yeah.
Right. So are you still engaged? Just tell me your experience that's been going on.
No, I am no longer engaged. I have made the best decision in my life thus far. One of them, I mean, there's many decisions, great decisions that I made, but that was one of them that I can add to the books.
Okay.
I'm glad I got out of that situation. And as for any women that is listening to this, I need you to hear me clearly that a lot of women want to be married. Right. Okay. A lot of women want to be a kept woman. And a lot of times some people make it to the threshold. Some people make it to the engagement. Some people make it to getting the ring on them. And then they still may be in their minds like, am I making the right decision? Is he still the right guy, Lord? Is it him? And I would keep that open line of communication with the Lord to make sure, is he the one?
Right.
Because, you have a lot of men of God that is really, they messed up in the head. A lot of church men, a lot of men that is in the church is really messed up. I believe that a lot of men that is in the church, just like women that is in the church, even I myself, we come against a lot of, I would say, distractions.
Okay.
And the enemy, it's like you have a target dart on your back when you are from the kingdom of God. And if you're really not, I'm going to say, if you don't have discernment of yourself and of other things, you will be truly used by Satan himself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because it's an easy target because he knows who you are.
Right.
Okay. So a lot of men in the church, a lot of them are, I mean, people wore this word out for the past 3 years, but I just have to say it because it's really true. A lot of men in the church is sociopaths and narcissistic men. Okay. Very, very narcissistic. That they don't even know that this is not coming from God.
Right.
That's not God. That's not love from the Lord. I don't feel the warmth. I feel you being controlling or egotistical. That it's such a separation from. I see you praying on your knees a lot.
Right.
I see you call on the Lord a lot. And I see you have great things and great qualities.
Right.
But there is something in you that is not right. And I can't let that spill over into my life.
Right.
I came into this happy, peaceful. But you have to be able to discern, is that man still good even if he is a man of God in the church?
Wow.
Because he a man of God in the church don't mean he good.
Right, just because he a good dude and he...
No, that don't mean he good. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Gotcha.
A lot of men in the church is really messed up for real. A lot of them deal with sexuality, sexual things.
Do you think it's a reason?
Well, yeah, it is a reason. So, like, me and my girlfriend would talk about this a lot of times. When it comes to men and women in the church, you can pass down a lot of things spiritually, having sex, being sexual. A lot of times people will do like, I'm saying like this is outside of this, but this is what really goes down like in the spirit world.
Right.
When it comes to like blood sacrifices or things happening, sexual spirits mixing and intertwining, that's how the devil wreak havoc on your life and in their life, in marriages, in single people's lives. That's just how the devil works. That territory is really not to be played with. You got to really take your time in that area. But when it comes to sexuality in the church,
you getting real. Like,
no, I'm serious. That's why I thought I gay people in the church. I'm serious. I'm serious. I speak on it.
Right.
I speak on it because I lived it before. Okay. I speak on it because I can. I speak on it because a lot of people don't want to talk about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Uncomfortable conversations.
No, it's very uncomfortable conversations. Right. I even said a few things in certain churches. I would speak on gay ministers or gay pastors being on the a part of the auxiliary in church. It's like, this is not supposed to be accepted in the faith. God is of balance. He made man and a woman to create, to make babies. He didn't make two men to do that. And he didn't make two women to do that. Right. So why are y'all making this okay for you to continue to be in this where you are sexually? Because you're spreading it upon the church. Right. That's why kids walking around the way they walk around, because it's like a disease. Spirits are a disease. If I'm a depressed pastor or a depressed person that's speaking every Sunday, I'm going to pass that on at a certain point.
It's going to get in somebody's spirit.
Because it's through the spirit. Yeah, right. You can't see it, but you can feel it. If I have a sexual promiscuous spirit, you're going to feel it.
And I just want to make sure, not just me, but the audience is comprehending. You saying it could be a preacher, a pastor, an elder, whatever that's preaching daily, right?
Yeah.
They might be in the closet.
Yes.
And them speaking, it passes on, and you get some of those.
Yes, it will.
Gotcha.
That's how the spirit works.
Right.
Once it's in you, now I can go tap that person. It's going to go into that person. You know what I mean? Or I may lay hands on that person, but I'm living this far away. But everything that I got going on is going to spill over to this young boy. Spill over to this young...
This is a different conversation.
This young woman.
Right here.
Spill over to the people.
This is a different conversation.
No, I'm serious, because at a certain point, though, this is why a lot of pastors and a lot of people that is like elites or people that is of the clergy is... I'm going to call it a falling away. A lot of pastors are being exposed. A lot of ministers are being exposed of how they were living, because it's like this. I say it all the time. It's like somebody, an FBI agent or the feds, right? Right? When you do something, right? They don't hot right. The feds don't hot right on you. Right. They wait so you continue doing what you're doing. And I'm going to collect.
It's going to build up.
And I'm going to collect. It's going to be a build up.
Right.
Yeah. Well, guess what? In the kingdom of God, it's a build-up. Right. Because God will give you mercy and he'll give you grace.
Gotcha.
But it'll run out. These people that just get in court, they didn't just were just doing it. They've been doing it.
And they just finally got
But the rap sheet got so high up, you're going to get exposed.
Right.
One thing the devil will do, he's going to use you up. And then he's going to expose you and embarrass you. And then he's going to expose you and embarrass you so that most of the other people won't come to the Lord and come find who God is. Because they're looking at you as an example. a lot of people look at the person not knowing the relationship is with Christ. But if you're the example, you're going to disappoint the people. You're going to disappoint the congregation. So everyone wants to serve God, serve the Most High God, but it comes with responsibility.
Right.
Because you have to be an example. I have to be an example when I walk outside my door. I do. I'm going to live the way I want to live.
Right.
But I still got to be an example. But not so much I'm not living for the people, though, because I'm really living for God. I don't want him to condemn me. I don't want the Lord to rebuke me. I don't want to be rebuked by God. So I try to live a lifestyle that is of the kingdom of God as much as I can. But I'm not perfect. Not by any means. Steve.
Right.
Not by any means.
I'm not gonna hold you. You might not find this funny, but you look me in my eyes like that. I'm like, is she calling me gay? Like, I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm
talking to you because it's real.
Yeah, like I said, you might not find it funny, but I'm like, hold it. Some insecurity kicking in right now. Like, no, I'm straight. I love girls.
But
I love women.
I speak on these things because when you say you want to talk about politics and stuff, I talk about politics. I talk about religion. I talk about the real thing that people don't want to talk about.
Right.
Okay?
Gotcha.
So when you want to talk to me about Kamala, when you want to talk to me about Trump, the thing about it is I don't like neither candidate, to be completely honest with you.
So you were there.
I was there.
You was there at the what is it called? The
debate.
The debate, right? That was in Philly. Give me your thoughts on that, like being there, the vibe in there, and like what was your thoughts walking out?
Okay. To me, if anybody watched the Truman Show, I hope y'all did. If y'all didn't, look it up. It's a very great show. A great movie, however. The Truman Show, it felt like I was on the Truman Show. Why? Because one of these girls on Instagram the other day, and she said, I feel like I'm too woke. Am I too awake? I don't know. Am I too woke? And the thing about it is, I can relate to her.
Right.
Because when you know certain truths about what's really going on, it makes you feel like you're just in a big show. And it wasn't my idea to go to the debate. Okay. I was accompanied by someone else.
Okay.
That's why we had went. However, you know, if you never knew what it was or what it is to have a prayer life, you better know now.
Gotcha.
Because only God is going to save you at this point in time, in life. When it comes to the young generation, when it comes to the kids being our future, when it comes to medical, Social Security, freedom of women, all these things. Right. You got this guy over here saying anything, but you got this girl over here saying anything. You mean to tell me you gonna make it okay for trans women and trans men? All that is sick. I'm not buying into you because you not that.
Right.
I don't want to call you a he and you a she. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be mixed in your bull crap because you're so convinced in your own sick mind that you are that. You are not that. But you're not though.
Right.
You may be dressed up as one. You can take as many hormones you want to. That don't make you that. I don't want to get caught up in that. But now,
Damien.
But now we got Kamala. Yeah, but see that she's endorsing these things.
Right.
All right. When your kids go to school, they're gonna learn about these things.
Right.
This next generation that's coming up from 1 year old up until 8th grade is doomed. You know why? It's gonna take parents that know who God is and know who the truth is to redirect the future of this generation.
Because of all the things that they're seeing.
What do you mean? They're not going to know what the truth is because they're going to get taught in school.
Right, that's crazy.
They're going to get taught in school that it's okay for a boy to dress like a girl. No, but this is happening though. They're going to watch cartoons with girls kissing girls. This is the generation that our kids are going to grow up in. So everybody don't want to homeschool their kids. This is what you're taking your kids to go to school to be a part of this thing.
And then when you speak on it, you the bad guy too. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, but the thing about it is I don't care though.
Right.
Yeah, I'm one of those I don't care.
Gotcha.
I'm not being subjected because society is all on programming to be programmed into thinking this very thing. I'm not doing that.
Gotcha.
I was born in 1987 when things was a bit normal.
Right.
When things made little more sense. I'm going to stand on that. I don't want to call you Kelly. Your name's Eric.
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Right.
That means I'm adding to your mental instability of what you feel that you is at that moment. I'm going to be adding to your spirit of confusion. I'm not with that.
Right.
I'm not doing that.
Gotcha.
You can miss me with that. Call me the bad guy. I tell you one thing. My seed will not be coming up confused about nothing.
Because you gonna know, you gonna let them know.
I'm
like,
not going
yeah.
with this world the way it's going. I'm not going with it. I'm against it.
And it's crazy because starting off the interview, you talked about, no, this is who I am. I go off my own beat.
I meant that.
Right. I go off my own
I'm not
beat.
doing that.
And it's just, yeah,
I'm not doing it.
It's crazy. I didn't even have this question for you. Kind of just like popped up in my head now. So like speaking on all that, what's your thoughts on this? Like, you know, the whole no Diddy, that whole situation. What's your thoughts on that? 'Cause I wasn't even going to ask that, but it just popped up in my head.
I feel like a lot of people that have been exposed did exactly what it is that they got exposed about. All right. There has been rumors throughout a couple years now that Diddy did whatever he did or whatever these pastors did, whatever they did. Do I believe that it's true? Yes, I do.
Right.
I believe that whatever they was doing, it finally got exposed and it's coming to a head.
Like you talk about the feds, like you talk about the build up.
It'll get the build up because Satan will, man, he'll do you in.
No Diddy.
He'll
no Diddy.
Listen, he will build that rap sheet up.
Right.
He will give you the stage. He will give you the money. He will give you everything. Mm-hmm. But at going a certain point where he will expose you and he will embarrass you.
Got you. Yeah, that's...
So do I think it's true? Yes, I do. I think that Hollywood world is a different world, but it's a world of darkness. Why? How I know? Because I watched it, and I was there. That's how I know. That is how I know.
Listen, I don't have no rebuttal for that.
You
like
don't
you
even
said.
have to. I know things that I cannot even speak about.
On, got you.
Absolutely. But I thank God that I had cleaned up enough to be there, to be responsible enough of myself.
Right. Yeah, I'm around quote unquote important people a lot in my field, as far as being a basketball coach, being a trainer. I had foreign players that I trained or coached that been in the NBA, and they tell me crazy stories about it's different.
It is a word of darkness. It is a word of darkness. It is.
I ask you this, just to bounce off that question. What's your favorite city to stay in or work in or visit? Besides Philly, because I know that I don't know if Philly is your favorite city, but
Philly is definitely my favorite city. I moved from here about 5 years ago, and to never return ever. Okay, gotcha. Never come back here ever to live. However, I don't have any favorite city. I don't have any favorite anything. I'm just passing through time, going to different cities and countries. I'm just passing through. I don't have nothing. It's not a favorite nothing.
Gotcha.
But wherever I'm at is home. Because I am home.
Gotcha.
Like wherever I'm at, I'm good. You can put me on the floor, I'm good.
Gotcha.
You can put me in a bunk bed, I'm straight.
You straight.
Put me in a king size bed mansion, I'm good there. Put me in a shelter, I'm good there. I'm good wherever I am. I'm very content within myself.
Got you. And I just feel like that's just you a person that, because you've been through so much, you're comfortable, like you said. You're comfortable where you at. You know how to adapt. You know how to.
Yes, that part. Like I'm comfortable within adapting.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. So, speaking on the old Porsche, and then you got the new Porsche, right? Mm-hmm. What was it with the old Porsche that helped you now as the new Porsche? Like, what helped that person? Like, what helped you, become a better person?
Of the old,
exactly.
The old is crazy.
Okay.
She is crazy.
Okay.
There's no limits to her.
I heard stories.
No limits.
I heard stories. I'm gonna bring it up.
That's fine. You can say which one. I'm an open book. That old person balanced the new person that I am now. Because a lot of times, the life of the world, people will play with you. Mm-hmm. And you got to know how to play this game. You can't be a softie. It's not about being nice. It's not about that. We're just going to be respectful, not about being nice. But had I not experienced my old self, I wouldn't be able to take a little remnants and continue to sprinkle it over here into the new.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Because the world will still chew you up and spit you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like the balance that I have.
Gotcha.
I like that. You gotta have a little bit of ego, just a little bit. And I call it ego was like masculine. You know, it's like fire. You gotta have a little fire. You gotta have that little smidge of ego to keep you strong and strong-willed. You have to have that. There's nothing soft about it.
Got you. So you like old stuff made me stronger because I'm a better person, this and that, but I ain't no pushover either.
Yeah.
So
my newer self is the discipline part.
Okay.
Like, the balance part. Like, okay, I know not to go here. I know not to say these things. Like, it's a lot of like...
not to put bleach in a super soaker and...
Yes, I knew not to do that.
Right. Speak on that situation because for people that don't know what I'm talking about, yo, I'm going to tell my version, what I heard, and you going to correct me.
He got the version all wrong.
No, I didn't. Like,
he really did. Had nothing to do with a cookout.
What I heard on this Instagram Live, it was...
You heard wrong.
It was, ladies, listen. Spraying somebody with mace isn't like that. Don't do nothing.
It's not good enough.
It's not good enough. You might spray yourself. You're too close.
It's not good enough.
So you said I wasn't going to read. I was not going to do it. But the thoughts. You said the thoughts. You just you said the thoughts. You said the thoughts. They were coming to my head. And you said I thought about because I have a lot of cookouts. I like cookouts, and so
I bring my super soaker.
I be having my super soaker. So I thought about. I wasn't going to react, but I thought about. Putting bleach in the super soaker.
I did.
And spraying this man up.
Yeah. So spraying him right in the eyeballs because he's big. He like 250 pounds. He's like 6'2", 6'3".
My God.
But I'm like, I can't beat you, but I will take you down. It's giving very much David and Goliath. Because the one thing about, I'm serious. You put listen to me. You put a little bleach in that super soaker. The thing about it is, with the mace, you got to get too close to do it, all right? But when you put the bleach in the super soaker, it gives you a good feet and it's sprayed with much power. But I sprayed up in the eyeballs, take the bat, bow, right at the ankles, bow, right? Not at the top, because, people start swinging and can't see, they start swinging. You can't swing at the top, you got to swing at the bottom. Because you swing at the bottom, you break them down from the ankles and they start crumbling down. Then when they down, bow, bow, bow. That's how you do it.
Y'all hear the sound effects?
That's how you do it. Listen, all my ladies, anybody that's bigger than you, don't worry about the mace. Get the super soaker. Keep the super soaker in the trunk because it works.
No,
it works.
No.
But in all honesty, I had to refrain from doing that because that wasn't my mind. I have to keep it. I keep it 100. That ending of that situation, that person said a lot of crazy things.
Got you.
And it was very provoking. And so much I had to get on my knees. I'm serious. I had to get on my knees and pray to God. I'm so serious. And when I came out of prayer, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I go to God about all my mess. There's only him that's going to stop me. I'm serious. No one can control me.
Time out. So are y'all arguing and all of a sudden you say, you know what? Not today.
There's no arguing.
And you went and started praying because I would have been.
It was no arguing.
I would have been so scared.
It was over the phone.
Okay.
A couple things was said. I hung up.
Okay.
And I thought about it even within days. Even throughout the days, I thought about these things. And throughout the days, I'm still thinking about it. I say, yo, this is crazy. I'm like, I'm really, I'm serious. I'm like, yo, I'm going to say, what's going on? And I'm like, I really want to do this. Mind you, I'm not telling nobody this, Because I've been stopped doing it. When I learned that people, it's not for my bull crap, and of course, you really want to do that. I mean, I remember it was a long time ago. This girl, she was so big. I thought she was riding with me. I picked her up, and she was big. And I'm like, cool, I got an extra person. I pull up, and I'm about to go. I put my mask on my face. I'm really about to do this thing.
COVID days.
No, this is serious. Wait, this is way before. This is before 2015 in my crazy days. Okay, I was convinced. I put the stock cap. I pulled the joint over. I pulled my hoodie up tight. Make sure nobody see me. She like, hey, Porsche, you really want to do this? I said, listen, stay right here. Just stay right there. Because stay right there because you're going to tell on me. You're going to tell on yourself. You're getting scared. Now that we pulled up, just stay right there. So anyway, I learned to do things on my own because I'm not going to tell on my own self. All right? So when it happened, I said, this nigga is really playing with me. I said, he don't even know who I am. Like, that's when the bad one, you got two sides.
Right.
The darkness started coming out. I'm like, he don't even know who I am. Oh, he think I'm from Philly. He ain't. And I said, you know what? I said, if I put the bleach in the thing, I'm like, all right, if I line it up, I know he can't get me because if I spray in his eyes, you're not gonna be able to see, and I have to take the bat. And I could just take the bat. I said, but I can't do the bat up top because he's going to start swinging. He's strong. I got to take it do that at the ankle. Boom. At the bow. Right at the ankle.
And you visualizing.
Yeah, I did. What you mean? I'm for real. I was going to do that.
Yo.
And so when I came out of prayer, the Lord was like, I'm serious. When I came out of prayer.
Yeah, thank God.
I'm serious.
Yes.
He said, this vengeance is not yours. He said, if you do this, you're going to get caught. Like, that man is taking me to jail. You know what I'm saying? That man, he not from up north. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
From other parts. You know what I'm talking about? He going to take me to jail. So he was like, no. He said, the vengeance is not yours. And I said, Lord, you're right. It's not yours. I said, okay. I'm not going to do anything. I have a lot to lose now. And I said, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to turn the other cheek and let you do what you're going to do.
Like that face, like stop. Like, I wasn't at hood Bible study, but I know it had to be something like this, though.
God, listen.
It had to be something like this, though.
No, it really wasn't.
Yo.
It really wasn't. So, yeah, so that's how that went. But when that idea came to me, I put it out there because I think women need to do that. A lot of women don't know how to protect themselves. They get stuck and they freeze up because a man may be taller or bigger than them. But I think that if you're going to use mace, if that's what you're going to do, you might as well just get a super soaker. You might put the bleach in it, sit on the side, put it in the trunk just to keep it there for safekeeping. Put a bat in the back. In case, some women don't like to use guns. That's fine. Put the bat in the back. Keep it there. You don't know what may happen to you. Yeah. And you always keep a knife, a little machete. I keep a knife. That's what I do. I keep a little Sharpie. Listen, it's 2024. You got to stay protected. You may love the Lord may love you, honey, but you got to be protected in the spirit and in the physical now. Let's not get it messed up.
Yo.
Yeah.
Let's give it up for Hood Bible. We getting it right now. We getting it right now. We definitely getting it right now.
Yes.
Yo.
I talk about things that people
I'm
just
sweating
hide.
now.
I can't hide.
Yo.
It's got to be out.
No, I feel that, but
This is out. But see, that discipline helped me. The new person helped me have discipline to not do that.
Do that. Got you.
Yeah.
So I don't want to, because we kind of went off the topic.
It's okay.
I didn't get like your answer as far as like what was your thoughts in that debate, and what was like walking out where you like dang, like the devil was in here today.
I feel like people like Trump because I like him because he keep it 100. I like him because he keep it honest. Right? Yeah, he keep it honest, but so did the masters back in the day when we had actual slaves. Right. They kept it 100. You knew what you was getting yourself because they said it out loud. Right. It ain't nothing new. Ain't saying nothing new. Right. He not doing nothing that's like so big for me. And again, as far as Kamala, this is like the two openings of chaos that I feel like is coming and falling upon us. I say that too on top of it's prophecies that has to fulfill itself. Okay, it's nothing we can do about it. All right. So with those prophecies needing to be fulfilled and will be fulfilled, whatever these two parties got going on, whatever they think they got planned or unplanned or whatever, at this point, like I said, if you don't know how to pray, it's best to learn how to pray now because you're going to need God. You're going to need direction. From resources to survival skills. No one knows what's going to happen. No one knows when the day is going to waste itself. Right. But I know that we should prepare. Gotcha. For sure. Prepare appliances. Just prepare yourself. Spiritually, mentally, prepare yourself. Because both of these parties, them two are, both of them are on top of that being programmed too.
Gotcha.
Are puppets too.
Right.
So I don't care for neither. This is the first time in history that I ever seen something be so. This is a mess.
For sure. It's a lose-lose. I feel like.
Yeah. It is a mess.
I feel like a lose-lose.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's like you have to pick the better evil.
Right.
Or don't vote at all. Either way, you know what I'm saying. Even the shooting with Trump, that thing was just as fake as it can be. I don't know who else didn't pick that up, but I didn't feel any realness about it. It was nothing real about it. It was just fake to me. Everything's fake, 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 fake.
2024, we here.
Yeah.
2024, we here.
Yeah.
So I know, we've been talking for a little while, so I'm gonna start winding down.
Yeah.
But not closing out, but I definitely want to talk about the current moves you got going on. So I know you brought some pride up.
Yeah.
I want you to talk about that. I just want to talk about, first I want you to talk about what you got going on right now. Then I want to talk about like what's next for Porsche. Like, do you got another big dream that you want to accomplish, or what's next? First talk about what's going on now, then what's next.
Okay. What's going on now is these vegan hair products.
Yeah.
That I've been slowly making my way to certain interviews and podcasts, pushing my product. Also, Shade Room called my other product, which is BAPS hair lace strips that I built for women that doesn't have edges, but they have hair.
Gotcha.
Some people have alopecia. Some edges will never grow back, no matter what you do, no matter what shots, no matter what medication you may take. And so this came between the oil, the vegan hair products, and the BAPS hair lace strips. They dropped at the same time, and they both did wonders on both of the different sides of what they both take care of, which is this right here, the vegan hair product, which is augmented oil. It has a DHT blocker in it, and that is to prevent you from losing hair. Okay. Now, the BAPS hair lace strips, you can put that, you can wear your hair out, you can braid it, ponytails, hair out, what have you, however you want to do it. It best suits all for whatever the needs may be for the front of your hair.
Gotcha.
This hair brought a lot of people hair back, even with alopecia. Some people alopecia are worse than others. However, it was able to bring back people's alopecia, psoriasis, eczema of the scalp, dryness, bald patches grew back after years. I hear of different reviews, and my oil is. I had all intentions for my oil to do great things, but I never knew it was going to go above what I thought.
Gotcha.
Like when I started getting reviews like, oh, my hair grew back, I had alopecia. I'm like, alopecia? I'm like, I didn't know it was going to break somebody. It was surprising to me when I first came out with the product. So
yeah, that's crazy because, I'm an old school person. I'm a hair, I'm 80s baby. I'm 88. So I'm throwback. I want my hair cut. I want waves flowing.
Yeah.
But, we in the city now where I feel like we copying off of Jersey and Chicago where you got a bunch of males now with the dreads and all that. Does that help out with their hair too as well?
No, it helps out all kinds of hair.
All kinds of hair.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
if you're wearing locks, if you have haircut,
Gotcha.
if you have hair that's coming down your back already or short or whatever, if it's stagnant, if it's a couple thin at the top. I've seen men that were thin all at the top and they show me pictures from before and after what it's doing.
Oh, that's thorough.
Yeah, I had somebody order like 12 to 13 bottles of this. I'm like, what is she doing with these bottles? Like, seriously.
Yeah. Let me see that. But
Yeah.
I just want to put this up and I just want the camera to just to see this and say, winning, winners win. We're winning right here.
Yes,
You're winning with this right here.
We are
right?
really winning.
You're winning with
We
this.
We are winning.
So, anything else you got? Because I know you got.
Yeah,
You got a bunch of stuff. I know. You got a bunch of stuff going on. You gotta,
So, I am working on this book. It's going to take me a while to finish though because I'm noticing that it's so many things that I keep experiencing.
Gotcha.
And so I'm glad that book isn't finished. I even had to redirect it because I had some things in it that I no longer. I would say for me, at a certain point, it was truth, but I began to realize that it's facts and not truth. And so working on that, that's going to take a little while, but that's fine too. Working on that. I'm getting new packaging for my products. So I'm looking for my products to go on the belts and stuff so I won't have to handmade it, do it myself no more.
Gotcha.
Continue to work on spiritual development with the women, continue to have my women retreats. So I'm working on that too as we speak. And I got this one thing.
Any female that wants to join, how do they how
they can email me bapshair@gmail.com. Some of them you can always DM me. People are against DMs. I'm not. It's a form of communication.
Gotcha.
Some people don't even know how to email. I remember one time I never even knew how to email. So
Gotcha.
but the ones that just not what you call it computer savvy,
Right,
this
right,
tech
right.
savvy, you can DM me to be an ambassador. I may want to work with you, maybe not. We can just, we'll see, we can find out. But reach me at bapshair@gmail.com. Always, always, always. That is the email.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's super duper dope.
Yeah.
So, definitely, probably got like 2 more questions. The first question is just what's next? Like, do you have any any more dreams, or is it just like enhancing what you got going on right now?
Everything is being enhanced. It is a facility that I have blueprinted. It's been about 2 years now. Whereas you have a 7-day stay, you have a 3-day stay, and a 30-day stay.
Gotcha.
There's singles and there's married people that come. When I mean singles, it's like I'm talking about the ones that's you may be a couple.
Okay.
And to me, that's still single. You know what I'm saying? But we know that it's not, but we know that it kind of is.
Right.
Like people that's trying to develop their spirits, their walk with Christ, and to get in the good foot of life.
Okay.
And that is a facility where you come, again, the packages is 7 days, 3 days, or 30 days. Within it, there's healthy eating in there. There'll be a chapel in there. It will be like a water bank. I call it the healing pool.
Okay.
Okay. Different classes that we held there also.
Gotcha.
And that's just for the development, again, for the person or the couple or the married couple. It will have counseling, marriage counseling in there. We have them on deck. And so that's what's next.
Gotcha.
Like that's like the big thing.
Gotcha.
But all these little teeny projects that I'm just, getting off the ground and want to enhance, that's what I'm doing now.
Gotcha. And I lied too. I said 2 more, but I got another question too. Because I was going to ask you about sports. Like, we're growing up, we're in sports. You already said it. You said you was playing basketball.
Yeah, basketball, tennis, double matches.
Okay.
Pool. Like
Gotcha.
swimming, not pool.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about.
I know you did.
Got you.
Swim. And I think that's about it.
So you
but I'm a sporty girl.
You a Sixer, Eagles. You.
All right, so I'm a nothing fan. Like
okay.
I'm not a fan of nobody.
So when we win, do you go to the parades? So you like at the parades?
No. Now when we won the other day, I was happy that we won.
Gotcha.
Only because like they just be disappointing me all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So. Got you. This is my last question though. I'm not just talking about the youth. I'm not talking about just people younger. Just anybody that, you talked about your story about you going from this way and, checking yourself and bettering yourself. Yeah. Somebody who might be in your shoes or in different shoes where they just trying to better themselves. They trying to accomplish their goals. You kind of talked about that you already knew what your dreams were with the... You always wanted your own salon. You always wanted this, that, and et cetera. You accomplished it, went on to the next. With that being said, someone who's like, they're trying to figure it out. Like, how can I get here? Or they just always in a bad space where, hey, it's not this, it's
something else.
It's something else. What's your advice to them far as, going forward and just trying to accomplish whatever they want to accomplish?
My advice to them is, I ran to this one girl. I went to this event like a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. And one of these girls came up to me. She was like, "Oh my God, I never thought I'd meet you before." And she was almost in tears. Well, she was in tears. And she's like, "I'm just trying to get myself off the ground." And the thing about it is, to get anything, you have to give up a sacrifice.
Gotcha.
You have to sacrifice something to get something.
Gotcha.
And you have to discipline yourself. You have to be really willing to do it though.
Gotcha.
I always say like the spirit is always willing, but the flesh is always going to be weak.
Right.
Your flesh is always going to be weak, but the spirit is always going to be willing. That willing of the thing that we want to do so much, but we don't do it. That's your spirit. It's willing.
Right.
You have to surrender to what you want, and not gamble your way through. You gamble your way through, and you don't make a conscious decision on one thing. You're going to be in the middle of just everything.
Right.
So you have to make a sacrifice. You have to learn how to put something down. That may be 1 or 2 or 3 things. You got to put it down if you want to move forward.
Gotcha.
You're not going to be able to move forward with these 3 things. If you don't move things off your plate, you're not going to be able to add anything on it.
Right.
You can't keep taking these things. You're not going to have no room for nothing.
Gotcha. So.
You got to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Yo, nothing more to say. Nothing more to say. I really, really appreciate you coming through. I told you already 100 times, so it's 101 times that super proud of you.
Thank you.
Just keep striving, keep, bettering yourself, helping others, keep winning out there. Our slogan here on the podcast is winners win, and we always just end off with the end. So, you know, Porsche, you definitely a winner. We really appreciate you in the city of Philadelphia. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
That's a wrap, y'all.